Hello and welcome back to your own channel Indian Defense Analysis, where we bring to you all the latest development happening in the defense sector. As we all know that Malaysian Defense Ministry has published a request for bid for the supply and delivery of new light combat aircraft, also known as Fighter Lead-in Trainer Light Combat Aircraft Fleet LCA. The RFI was issued on 22nd June. In the same month, Chinese military aircrafts reported coming close to Malaysian exclusive economic zone. Now, as per Malaysian Air Force Capability 55 Future Force Structure Program, RMAF wants 3 Fleet LCA squadrons by 2055. The new procurement initiative would fill the requirement for the first of these 3 squadrons. Now the fight for Malaysian trainer jet program has taken interesting shift. Previously, Malaysian Air Force has invited proposals from various competitors including FA-50 light attack aircraft developed by Korea Aerospace Industries and M346 FA fighter attack aircraft variant developed by Leonardo of Italy. Russia has 2 offers, which are Yak-130 combat trainer aircraft and MiG-35. Now, as per the latest update, Turkish Aerospace Industries has offered its yet-to-be-built Hurjet. In addition, as per some news portals, JF-17 of China is out of the bid. Out of these 6 competitors, only Tejas Mk1A, MiG-35 and Turkish Hurjet have agreed to comply with Malaysian government mandated requirement to source or procure at least 30% of the products, services from domestic companies in Malaysia. Now we know that MiG is a twin-engine Russian multi-role fighter, so we cannot compare it with Tejas and TAI Hurjet as both are single-engine trainer aircraft. So in this video, we will try to compare Indian and Turkey latest offer to Malaysia. So let's get started. The TAI Hurjet is a proposed single-engine tandem-seat supersonic advanced trainer and light combat aircraft under development by Turkish Aerospace Industry. Its first flight is expected in the last quarter of 2022. As of January 2020, the aircraft did not have an engine selected, although Eurojet EJ200 and General Electric F404 G102 were under consideration to power the design. The overall thrust of these engines are between 79 to 85 kN. There are plans to include air-to-air refueling, fly-by-wire with parameter limiting, built-in auxiliary power unit, night vision goggles, compatible cockpit, head-up display and integrated helmet display system in the trainer jet. It will be designed to have maximum speed of Mach 1.4, range of 2,222 km and service ceiling of 45,000 feet. Now if we talk about Tejas Mk1A, it is much more capable than Turkish Hurjet. Tejas Mk1A will have advanced AES radar and modern avionics. It has been made maintenance friendly by reconfiguring some of its LRUs and proper distribution of dead weight in the aircraft. It will have in-flight refueling capability. It has integrated electro-optical electronic warfare sensor. The fighter jet has a maximum speed of Mach 1.6 with operational range of 1850 km at a maximum altitude of 52,500 feet. The Tejas Mk1A will have new and more advanced weapons. For short-range air combat, the Tejas Mk1A will carry MBDA SRAM missiles against Russian R-73 missiles in Tejas Mk1. MBDA SRAM or AIM-132 is one of the 2 deadliest missiles in the world for close air combat. In the beyond visual range, the Mk1A will be equipped with indigenously developed Astra Mk1 BVR missile with bidirectional communication to avoid enemy jamming. The aircraft will also be able to use Israeli IRB-ER missile with 100 km range. Most importantly, Tejas is much more capable platform than any other trainer jets. Indian Air Force is operating Tejas Mk1 and HAL will start delivering Tejas Mk1A from 2024 onwards. Whereas TAI Hurjet is concept Till date, only Turkish government knows the project timeline and completion date. Turkey has invited Malaysia to join the Hurjet project in the role of producing some parts of the aircraft. While Malaysia has some experience developing composite materials, it has never designed and built any aircraft. This was today's update. Please let us know what is your view about these in comment section. Feel free to post your comments and suggestions on any topic related to defense sector on which you want to hear from us. With this, I would like to say goodbye and Jai Hind friends. Please like and subscribe our channel if you had not done already. We will soon back with more interesting and amazing development happening in the defense sector.